is up, fellow kaiju and non-kaiju fans? Godzilla Cow here, and welcome to this episode of the K-Fist Podcast. Joining me are...
I'm the Godzilla Reader.
And I'm Goji Rex 28.
And, yeah, again, only three of us. But, hey, what can you do?
It's good enough.
It's
good enough.
Yeah, and it's becoming closer to the end of the year, so... obviously with holidays coming up. Anyways, so, in this Halloween special, we'll be talking about the horror comic Godzilla Black Mass.
Yay.
Do either of you two want to take it away?
I'll start first.
Okay.
So, I discovered Godzilla Black Mass, I would say like years ago, not through a comic or any of the main creators' like previous work or any of his other stuff. It was mainly this one image that I think he did make. I'm not 100% sure. Oh, wait a minute. No, correct. He did make it. So it was like an old artwork he made like several years ago, and it was basically Reed. That's the name that he gave to Godzilla in this comic series. It's supposed to be Reed, and he's growing like dorsal fins out of his back, and then Reed tends to turn his head around with a evil smile on his face, and I thought that was pretty creepy. And then like years later, I come across this this video of Godzilla Black Mass, and it was supposed to be the Attack on Titan ending, the second ending song, where it has that like eerie song in it, and there's like some weird, like some creepy imagery behind it. But he ends up taking the person who originally made that video took the song from the second ending of Attack on Titan, the theme from that ending, and he put it in there, and I was like, this is some creepy shit. And I went in the comments, and I ended up finding out that this is from an actual thing called Godzilla Black Mass. And I thought, I thought this was just a one-time thing. Like someone just made like one creepy, scary looking Godzilla art piece, and that was it. No, this guy expanded upon it, and I was very interested. And apparently he has a story, so I looked up the story and I read it, and I am now invested into Godzilla Black Mass. It is really damn good. And honestly, I've been liking some of the characters that he has in the story. Like, one of my favorite characters is Damon, and also Dr. Serizawa. They're like two of my favorite characters in this series. And when I read comics or web comics or whatever, I always imagine like certain voice actors voicing some of these characters. It's just like how people read Batman comics, and whenever they see Batman talk, they always imagine Kevin Conroy. And when it comes down to characters in this comic, characters like Damon, I imagine like the voice actor of Cyborg from the original Teen Titans voicing this character, or the boss of, I forgot the actor's name, but the boss from from Blue Oyster in this comic. I given him like the voice of the guy who voices what was his name from regular show? He was like the rival to Benson. Gene, yeah. The voice actor who voices Gene, I imagine that voice on to Raymond. That's the boss's name. for Blue Oyster, and it's just fun, like seeing these characters and you just imagining the voices that are coming out of them. But anyways, I am really invested into Godzilla Black Mass. I am liking the lore that he's putting into the series. Um, he does a really good job when it comes down to the creepy and scary factor of this story. And I cannot wait for when he makes the next chapter, which it looks like that he is progressing on working on. Um, and it's just a really good story, and I do enjoy it. And I really do feel bad for Reed because um, he is just an animal. Like he doesn't want to hurt anyone. He's just an animal who keeps on evolving due to the chemicals that is in his body, and he can't stop like evolving. And his body, I'm pretty sure his body's gonna start morphing more, and it's probably gonna bring him pain, and that's gonna make me feel even more sorry for him because like he shouldn't, like that type of animal shouldn't have to go through that. But
Hmm.
yeah, I am invested into this story, and I cannot wait for Metal Neck to finish the story. It's gonna be really good once he's done with it. Let's just hope the ending is good.
Okay. Funny enough, Goji, I think just like you, I discovered um Godzilla Black Mass through those particular images of like Reed, basically like growing dorsal spines in a pretty gruesome way, and then turning to look at the camera with a big smile. Although I think I discovered it in a short. I discovered it like in a short on YouTube, and yeah, that that sequence images added with the sound effects. Yeah, no, that was pretty. Yeah, that's how I guess in a way discovered Black Mass, and soon when I decided to have myself a Twitter, I eventually was able to find the guy Middleneck, who basically like the artist, who basically like was the artist who basically did like the like, creepy art with Godzilla. And
Yeah.
soon I discovered that he was making a story about it. And I'm like, I'm like, "Ooh." So he's making like he's making a story based on his like creepy images. I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna take a look at what he's been like doing with the story. And yep, just like you, Goji, I'm also pretty invested. Like this is by far one of the most interesting as well as the best horror stories that involve Godzilla. Like I feel like these types of like horror stories with like Godzilla, you don't get a lot. You don't like get too much of it around. I mean, granted, I guess you could say that you get like pretty disturbing moments in the movies, but like you don't really get like something horror related with Godzilla. I guess the
Well,
only stuff.
as recently, people have been starting to do more horror Godzilla as of late,
Yeah, I have noticed, and well,
with
if anything,
like Man of the Suit, like
yeah,
VHS horror of Godzilla. There's
yeah,
been a lot of them popping up as of late.
and also for VHS analog horror Godzilla. Shout out to Invasion of Godzilla because that's a pretty good one. But yeah, well, before in terms of like Godzilla horror stories, you only got the NES Godzilla Buster story or Duology because there's like a sequel, and I guess Good Mission Cells was basically like the first analog horror Godzilla. But yeah, you got this one going around, and I'm loving it. Yeah, I'm loving the story that is being basically being told, and yeah, it's pretty like it's interesting. Like it's really also scary. Like the characters, I will say, yeah, the characters are like pretty fun to follow. I will say, yeah, Damien and Serizawa are definitely like the best. Serizawa is definitely, I will say this, like I guess this version is like probably the most tragic because of
Yeah,
like because of like basically what he's doing because well
he's
he
trying to
did
save the world due to the fear of radiation.
Yeah, and also because being a witness of like the nuclear bomb on Hiroshima, and also because he lost his wife, which okay, is it like is her name in the original movie Emiko, something like that?
I think so.
Yeah, something like that. But yeah, unlike in the original movie where Emiko basically just cheats on him, which I get it, but like I don't know. Here she basically she's dead from the nuclear bomb, which obviously like hurt him because like it really left him in a I guess depression
State
state.
of yeah, the state of
Yes,
depression.
yeah, literally. Yeah, but that was until he found the Reed, aka well, him and his little species, which I think are like salamanders, like a type of salamander, if I'm not wrong. And he basically
Yeah,
decided to like, yeah, and he basically decided to like do some experiment on it, like trying to like find a way, like find a way to like I guess avoid the people getting radiation, and that didn't work at first. It didn't work, but eventually one particular individual, Reed, basically managed to like fight off the radiation thanks to his chemicals, and at this point,
yeah, and then
basically, there was,
the tumors end up sizzling away.
yeah, and basically, yeah, Serizawa basically opened Pandora's box, and they were going to save and him along with Reed were going to save the world. Except for one notable thing he did not consider. Reed mutating his body to grow larger than he is. And yeah, this
Mhm.
is where we get, this is where we get to the part where like yeah, it's really like it's intense. I'll say. Yeah, I will say the later chapters with like I guess the quote unquote rampage with Reed because well, like you said, Goji, yeah, Reed is definitely like a pretty like tragic creature in this story because yeah, he's just an animal, and with what has
Yeah,
been done to him,
he just doesn't know what's going on.
yeah, but especially like with what has been like been done with him, like yeah, his mutation is like very uncontrollable, and from what the story is just showing on, he just wants to like he just wants to go back to his natural habitat, like he wants to go home.
Mm.
But yeah, I've been enjoying the story a lot. It's like yeah, it's really interesting. You have some nice characters you can follow, and also yeah, the aura in this whole story is pretty good. There's like yeah, huge emphasis on body aura. That's really the huge
Yeah,
emphasis in this.
they he basically took the idea of the Thing and ran with it, and also Resident Evil.
And a little bit of Shin Godzilla.
Yeah, Shin Godzilla was definitely a huge part of Godzilla Black Mass.
Yeah, definitely. And yeah, I think that's all I've got to say about it. It's yeah, it's a very good
But
horror story with Godzilla.
before we continue,
Mhm.
there is like one part that I thought was pretty funny in Godzilla Black Mass, and this was like in part 3, where the farmer husband
Oh.
runs away from
Oh,
Reed, and then he sees his wife again, and he's like, and his wife is like, "Oh, Gareth, did you manage to find Bessie?" Barber, I could, but Bessie, honey, what happened? Something in the woods. Someone killed her. Oh, Gary, that was awful. What was it? Bears? No, it was something bigger. Something I ain't supposed to be. Oh no, sir. Gareth Brody ain't going down that easy. Oh, just take a deep breath. And, oh, for fuck's sakes. Hi, Uncle Jerry's elephant gun. Just what I needed. I love that moment.
Yeah.
okay.
I
Oh
mean,
She's
yeah.
like,
Oh, okay.
"Oh, Gary, that fucking thing is."
oh, and hey,
I love that moment.
yeah, U.S. Farmers really would do that, probably, most likely.
Yeah. Well, I
And
think
then,
a little bit.
Gary, last time you fired that thing, you nearly dislocated your shoulders. Hey, any excuse to fire this thing again, I'll take it. Yeah, man, please, just get back in the house. You're being hysterical. You ain't seen what I saw, Barb. I gotta do something. And then it gets to Reed eating the cow. Run, Barb. Run as far away as you can. Boing.
Oh yeah. Oh God.
just,
My
just,
yeah.
just, just a cartoony boing off a
Yeah.
Reed.
Yeah. Literally. Gary received the biggest karma in his life. Like he thought he could kill Reed. Nope. His body just bounced back the bullet, and his leg got torn off.
And I'll stop there. Just that's my favorite part of this comic. He
Oh,
goes
oh,
and
oh,
he goes and gets his gun, and then his wife is like, "Oh, for fuck's sake, not that thing again."
Yep.
oh. Yeah. Oh, let's not forget chapter 1. Damien suplexing Reed.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's probably because he has radiation in his DNA now. He has like super strength. He's a super soldier now.
Yeah, which allows him to suplex a salamander that is twice his size. But okay.
I don't know what it is, but the image where we get a full view of Reed in the second chapter, I don't know. It just looks. He gives me the King Shark vibe, or Shark King from freaking
Suicide Squad. Yeah.
the Suicide Squad movie. I don't know.
Wait, that
He gives off that big dumb human animal looking dude vibe.
oh, okay.
Okay. For me, I've seen some of his works about it. Probably not as early as you guys, but a little bit later. One of them was the classic picture that you guys did with the spikes going with the dorsal plates ripping out of his back. I do think I've also seen some of his things that is Godzilla related, but
Yeah, I like how there's like he made different versions of like King Ghidorah and
yeah.
Rodan.
Oh yeah, yeah, those. Yeah, it's interesting. Yeah, he expanded more with like the other kinds. Just like I think Rodan's like a giant
seaboard
petrol. I think. Yeah, yeah, petrol. Ghidorah is like some weird ass cosmic eldritch thing, whatever he did with those schools. And Mechagodzilla is literally an Eva. It's literally that.
Mm-hmm.
Mechagodzilla is an Eva unit. Because with one of the arts that he showcased, literally the flesh, which I presume is from Reed, is literally growing inside of the mech to the point that it just breaks. It literally, the flesh just breaks apart the mech.
I remember recently he also made a Gigan.
Wait,
Oh yeah, that's
Yeah.
right. He did make a guy again.
Huh. Guess I need to find that image.
Oh,
I think he also made a.
And body horror Balante.
Oh yes,
That thing reminds me. That Biolante reminds me of that one boss that you encounter in like one of the old Legend of Zelda games, and it just comes out of the ground and it has this long neck, and it just looks horrifying.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Like that Biolante is straight out a combination between plant and human. Like, yeah, three or.
No, I think
Yeah.
it's well, you know what I'm talking about. It's way more human than anything else. But he did make,
Yeah.
But he did make a second one where it's properly a Godzilla plant mix.
Oh, okay, yeah. I think he also made an Anguirus one, although I think Anguirus
Yeah.
kind of looks like a skinless crocodile with spikes on his back.
But anyways, I think I've also have seen his other Godzilla works that was it Black Mass related, like Zilla, which also he has done Black Mass Zilla.
Oh yeah, well actually I think Zilla exists in the. I guess the art depiction that he did of Zilla, I think it exists in the Black Mass universe because if I think it was like the last chapter, chapter 4. you do get a flashback of like Serizawa along with Emiko. They were in a museum, and one of the skeletons that you see is a skeleton that
Yeah,
resembles Zilla. So that could mean that the Zilla that he drawn could exist in this universe.
yeah.
Mm,
Which I do like the lore he keeps adding to this universe, where there's like there used to be actual monsters that had resemblance to Godzilla, but in like prehistoric times.
mm. God, I love that
Yeah.
type of world building. Anyway,
Mm.
so
He
uh,
also he also has like another version of a very popular monster, Kong, which is called Nomad Kong.
oh yeah,
Oh yeah,
oh
yeah.
And
This one is just.
he did a redraw of the wait, no wait scene.
oh yeah, that's right. I found it. I looked it up. Yeah, I love it. You got Reed about to be whacked by Nomad Kong.
Um,
He's
so
so funny looking.
yep,
Oh yeah, yeah. I that basically that JXK scene with like Godzilla charging at Kong,
yeah,
but it's the other way around.
Yeah, the other way around. Wait, stop!
Oh
but
god, poor Reed,
oh
poor
yeah,
boy.
but anyways, what really got me into it is a YouTube video like a month or two back. I forgot how long it was, but it was essentially a YouTuber going over Black Mass as well
Oh,
as other kaijus created for changed to be accurate to the world of Black Mass. And then I went on Twitter and Deminot found Steel and I followed him. I know I followed him on Twitter. But yeah, that world building is so good. The characters, I like how how he repurposed the characters like Serizawa. Treasured Soul trying to help the world with his knowledge gets
yeah.
gets a ruder awakening for not thinking of about unforeseen circumstances like the
Mm-hmm.
mutations that Reed goes through.
Yeah.
And I like how we get lore of the Black Mass universe not even within the comic yet so far.
Yeah, it's yeah, from his like Twitter, you can see that he posts his like artwork from the story, and he gives off details what's going on. And I can't wait for like some of these details to show up in the comic, because that shit is gonna be awesome.
Oh yeah.
Oh
Uh
yeah.
I
Es-
think
Especially.
I think Invasion of Godzilla got some of their inspirations from Black Mass. Or vice versa.
Mm.
I don't know when Still created the whole Godzilla Flash infecting other beings.
And humans.
Yep, and when the concept of invasion of Godzilla came into fruition, which I never knew this, but the creator of Invasion of Godzilla is young. I think he's like
Really?
four. I think he's like 14.
14.
Let me check.
Jesus Christ! How many young talents do we have?
15. Excuse me.
15.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, gotta give him props.
No, I think it, and I think he does like everything.
Really, from like the kaiju designs to the animations.
I'm thinking, yeah.
Because I would like to try on analog horror, but I feel like it's gonna be like a very hard process to do so.
Oh yeah. You'd have to make things like period accurate or time accurate. You know what I mean. Um.
Oh yeah, yeah. Fuck's sake, yeah.
And
If I were to like make one analog horror idea that I have, which is called the murders of 1954, which is basically an origin story for like, well, not really an origin story, but like an attack that one of my Godzillas, Gaimon, basically did. Basically, like started doing once he basically like possessed, well, taking over like the body of a Godzilla and then mutated because of the radiation, like the nuclear bomb.
I
And I
will.
was feeling that his first target would have been like to literally attack people on Japan on 1954. Literally, start his own little, his own little, I guess, hell hell attack, I guess, because aside from like killing them, he also like turned some people into demons. But I feel like it's gonna take a bit of work, like because you analog horror and all stuff, and yeah.
God, I would love to do one. A big event happens like modern day, like a kaiju attack, and then have the following videos would show like declassified videos and files throughout the year started with maybe 1954, maybe earlier, depending. Kind of like
Hmm.
Monarch, but more visual based and not like just paper trails, files, and all that. I mean, obviously, will be like 100% horror, but it will have horror elements. Like if I wanted to, um, like one of the timelines that I did for fun, that one had, I think it was 1900. I want to say, where I had the village from. Hold on. It's gonna bother me until I check. I want to get this accurate. Okay, so no, it was 1940. So not
Okay.
1095. It would have a God. What are they called in like temples? That tells a story. Not hieroglyphs. That's Egyptian, but you know.
Hmm.
Like cave paintings.
Yes. So
Oh, I mean that's not really a temple. Cave paintings are what you
well,
find inside of a
no,
cave.
I know. I was
Yeah.
thinking more of like temple as in stay away, you foul demon type deal.
Oh, okay.
So essentially, the first video would be Congo's people's early history. Talks about the legend of Gabra, a 10-foot tall humanoid that would come and snatch children. In the night, it is said that it was defeated by a group of brave warriors and all traces of the creature was gone. No one knows if they were hidden or destroyed. And it would like cut to like these paintings of this event. And then the second video would be about the incident of 1940, where Kyushu Kitamatsu were at peace before it began to be terrorized by several ball-like creatures that became known as Meganulon. And that would have like a very old-looking photograph of one of the Meganulons. And then it'll continue to go from there.
Huh.
Uh,
Okay.
I had an idea for like a little game, little horror game called like it was like all based on the Meganula in the mining zone or like
Oh,
in the mine shaft or where you call them. Um, and basically the whole idea of the game is that you're one of the miners and you get strapped into like one of the mine zones or one of the wherever you call those mining areas in like certain places. Um, you get strapped in there and you have a map of where to go, and it's like a big maze, or you probably won't have a map. I don't know. And you're hearing like these meganula going around in the cave, and you need to make sure to know which direction you're going to, because you might make a wrong direction, might encounter a meganula. And the only way to know that is that you got hear them out. Like, let's say you come across two pathways, right? And you listen to the right, you hear nothing. but when you listen to the left, you hear the Meganula noises. So you go right.
Hmm.
It's
Hmm.
it's an idea of like a horror game. If I was ever like a game developer,
I'd play it.
there is a game that is kind of like it being worked on, but it's not like but it doesn't have like the Meganula. It's
Yeah.
just someone's own creative creature, which is like a humanoid spider looking creature thing.
Always the spiders.
Uh, okay.
And
Yeah,
Yeah.
of
humanoid.
course.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, they're creepy, but like, I don't know. Actually, Goji, which design of the Mega Luna you would use?
The classic one.
Yeah, yeah, those ones are better. I mean, I don't mind the new ones from like Mega Gearus and all, but like, I don't know. There's something much more like, I don't know, much more like special with the original design.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
So my final thoughts of Black Mass. Love it. Can't wait to see more of it. I want to see more of the lore be added, and hope that the lore will just keep on coming, because this is refreshing. This type of lore, because yes, it's like drastically different, like with Rodan, but he makes it work.
Hmm.
And that's really the only thing that matters to me, that if it works. And I believe for this project, it does. And yeah, I can't wait to see what other surprises he has store for us.
My final thoughts on Black Mass. Um, it's it's just a very interesting series that I am now invested in, and I can't wait to see more. My only thing that I'm going to say, and a lot of people might disagree with me on this. I would not want another monster to show up in the story. I want this just to be about Godzilla. Like no other giant monster, no like other mutated creature in the comic series I'm talking about, not in the plethora of different stories that are connected to Black Mass. I'm just talking about the comic. Um, and it's mainly because I want the story to be very focused on Reed and the team of Blue Oyster, uh, because I feel like that's the whole entire point of the story. But if he does add like some of the monsters from his like other stories, I'll be fine with that. It just matters of the execution if it's good. But I can't wait to see what else he'll come up with this series. I'm very invested in it, and I just can't wait I can't wait to see what he'll add more, or when he'll add more.
Okay, so as for my thoughts for this three, I mean, it's a horror story with Godzilla in it, and you know what? I love those. Yeah, I'm loving the fact that we're actually getting more of those types of stories with Godzilla. I mean, aside from Godzilla the Black Mass, you got other stuff like Man in the Suit, the Invasion of Godzilla, and I guess Mushroom Cloud Godzilla, if that counts.
Yeah,
Uh,
apparently, from what I've heard about Mushroom Cloud Goji, um, apparently the video that's been getting a lot of praise. You know, the one where it's just the animation and has that weird music to it. Apparently, that's
yeah.
not the original uploader.
Wait, what?
Yeah, the video that's been getting a lot of praise lately, that's not the original guy. It's
Oh,
not published by the original guy. It's published by someone else who I
Huh.
guess added the eerie music to some of those clips.
Dang.
I suppose. Okay, but wait, okay, do we know anything about like the original creator of this Godzilla or no, nothing?
I do not know, uh, so I don't have anything to say on it. It's just saying that that video that's been getting a lot of views, um, that's not the original creator. That's someone else who just took, I guess, the clips and just put the eerie music in it.
Huh. Okay then. But yeah, I'm loving Godzilla Black Mass. Like I'm loving the fact that yeah, we're getting like an interesting horror story with Godzilla. With yeah, this one is actually the most interesting with the lore that it has and what it's in the story that it's telling. This is gonna be extremely controversial on my part, but I think that Godzilla Black Mass, along with I guess the invasion of Godzilla, is better than Shin Godzilla in terms of horror and ideas going on with it. Because not to sound like the typical guy who just doesn't like Shin Godzilla. Shin Godzilla had some great ideas going on, but like I feel like the execution just didn't work for me. Like the movie tries to make you feel like as if Godzilla was supposed to be this tragic creature, but considering this motherfucking tall ass zombie ass Godzilla doesn't even react to anything, I don't know if I could believe that. But here you have Reed over here. Actually, you can actually feel the tragedy going on with him, because aside from being just an animal, all the stuff that's going to happen with him is just gonna be so hard to like watch, and also you're gonna have a bigger feel to him than Shin Godzilla, if I'm being honest. But yeah, I think that's all I have to say about this. I'm certainly looking forward to seeing more of Godzilla Black Mass, and yeah, want to see how far we're gonna get, especially with Reed in his evolution state.
And so that is it for this episode. Not too long, hopefully not too short for some of you. And I
Hmm.
hope you guys all enjoyed this. I'm pretty sure the next episode will probably be longer because that's going to be the Godzilla Day special. I would love to
Oh
do a live stream on it, but sadly I'd be out of town. So what can you do with that? Hopefully I'll be able to get both the editing and the upload ready to go, ready to be posted done in the amount of time that I have to edit. I'm not looking forward to that. Can't you all tell? So I'm hoping to record that on the today's the 8th, on the 15th of September, because it would definitely give me at least some leeway. But anyways, hope you all enjoyed this episode. I'll be posting the links to still in the description box below. And if I forget these two, will yell at me to do it. And yeah, we hope to see you in the next episode. This is Godzilla Kairu.
I'm the Godzilla Reader.
And I am Goji Rex 28. Signing out.
Signing
Signing
out.
out.